and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. I am Lord Foreman, here hopefully with a multiplayer game. Sorry for the delay on this. It is Mother's Day weekend here in the US, for those of you who are not American. So there is, of course, a delay on how free I'm going to be. So I had to deal with relatives. So anyway, I'm here now. So the server is up for people to join. I believe I have it all open and everything. Yep. Password should be wind, and we've got a fair amount of people who are planning on showing up. So hopefully they do. And if it's not working, people let me know. So there will be a couple minutes here while we try and get some people in, and then we'll start. So I'll be quiet till then, probably. Hey, nice. Glad to see people showing up. So we got Dathermo, we got Pumpkin Turtle, and we do have some other people who are coming. So far, our rough player list is supposedly we have the Bald Rush as Germany, Unipixel as Italy, Pumpkin Turtle as Bulgaria, if they're still here, Dotboy as US, and DeVos as the Netherlands if he's here. We'll see. If not, other people can just jump in too. Should be up. People are finding it. I can friend people through Steam if you need that, and then invite you that way. Okay, we've got Max will be here in a couple minutes. Yeah. So I'll be silent till then, just setting things up. I don't know what I'm going to play yet, so if people have recommendations, it's kind of looking like Soviets are a likely thing for me, but we'll see. For now, I'm just going to throw myself into one of the Caribbean islands so that I'm actually selected something. But I probably won't play them. Or actually, I could do observer mode depending on if people show up. Okay, so we're getting a group of people here. It looks like so far all the weight is on the side of the Axis, which honestly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Other than Dathramo, everyone else is a Axis member. Since this is probably going to run over a couple sessions, obviously people can show up and join later on. But yeah. Okay, well, if there's anyone else out there who wants to jump in, who's in the stream, who has Hearts of Iron, by all means, you're welcome to do so. And of course, for everybody who is here, and if you're in the game or in the stream, this is the idea. This is supposedly supposed to be historical, as in Germany has to stay, under Hitler, Italy under Mussolini, the British have to stay democratic, etc., etc., etc. Obviously, if one is forced in a direction, like say, I don't know, the Netherlands are heavily influenced by Germany, they'll have to go German, and they'll just have to go that way. We'll give it another 2 minutes and then we'll start. We do have hut join, so if they show up, they can join, or anyone in stream wants to join, they are welcome to do so. I think I'll probably buff the AI. For example, if we don't have a Soviet player, I'll buff the Soviet AI. That way they're at least a challenge. Because a human player would be much more of a challenge than the Soviet AI. Also, I should set up some of these rules, because we are going to have some multiplayer roles here. War goals, limited, Lend-Lease, limited. Okay, coups can only be done against AIs, boosting party popularity only against AIs. We'll leave all of that still in game. I think that's pretty good. The only other rule is that the World War II cannot start fully until 39. Yeah, and no real heavy exploits either. This is supposed to be more of a fun game. At least the first one. If we do another game, we can go hard and try hard there. The idea is about 3 hours max offhand. We're taking a little while in the setup here because people are asking questions. And it looks like we actually lost somebody briefly. They can always rejoin as somebody else. But we got about a minute or so here and then we'll start. Unless somebody else wants it, I'm going to do the Soviets just so that there is some threat to Germany, but I'll be happy flipping around if someone else wants it. I mean, unless people would like me to see me do an observer, as in play as an observer, so that I can just watch everyone else, but I think it'd be a little bit more interesting if I'm actually doing something. I mean, I could do Mexico. That would be a bit interesting. I wouldn't be doing much. That might actually not be a bad move. It looks like we've got at least another player or two joining. So we're going to wait till they do, just so that we don't have to start and then have everybody wait through a loading screen again. So, let's see. Who's joining? I think this is the US player who's joining now. Yep. So we gotta have, it looks like 2 allies and 3 Axis players so far. I think a US, Britain versus Bulgaria, Italy, and Germany. And I'll buff the Soviets then. Actually, I'll buff France too, because otherwise they're a joke. I'll buff all the major AIs, I guess. It's at least 1 level. Nothing more than 1 level. Should I bother to do that with Japan and China? They're not going to really be involved, though. I might buff China, otherwise they're a joke. Yeah, that shouldn't make a too big issue for them. We've got somebody else joining in 20 minutes, supposedly. I don't know what country they are yet, though, so I'm checking that all out. Okay, we have a Hungary player who's going to join in a bit, so that's good to see. We have a US player joining right now, but we don't have a Soviets player, we don't have a France player, we don't have a Japan, we don't have a China, and I'm willing to jump off Mexico if somebody wants them. Plus, we don't have a Poland, but I don't know if people count Poland as a major one. But if you're joining, you got to join in like the next 2-3 minutes. We've already had it going for 15 minutes, and we have yet to start. I should buff Japan if we have a USA. Yeah, I guess we could do that one. I can change off Mexico easily. I just picked Mexico right now because I needed something. I'll jump off to Turkey for the moment since the US player is slightly confused about that. Okay, we got another person joining. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I should have been here on time, but It's family, and it always takes time. Well, I want to see if this next person joining is going to pick Mexico, because if they pick Mexico, sorry, not Mexico, if they pick Soviets, then I could play Mexico. I just want to make sure that people are everybody in it. And if I could spell the name volunteers, that'd be great. I can't spell that there. Okay, we had a slight issue with somebody joining. I'll send it again. This should be hopefully a lot more stable than our Europa games, so I'm hoping that'll work. Okay, here's the last person. Unless somebody else is going to join in like the next 2-3 minutes, we're going to start. Because we need to get going. They are the Soviets. Awesome. So we have everybody, every major nation except for France represented. I'm not going to be France because France is going to die, and I kind of want to survive to the end. So I'll probably do Mexico, unless anybody has major objections to that. I have to weaken the Soviets again though, because we now have a human player, and I think we're pretty good. I'll just jump back over to Mexico. I'll just probably spend most of the game helping the Allies, and that's about it. So, quick rundown on the rules again for those who are in game and also listening to the stream. If you are, no major World War II till 39, which probably involves no major player declarations. And if somebody wants to survive as a client state or a puppet state, let them survive. That's just a rough rule of thumb. And other than that, I think we will start here. And I'll throw on historical AI focuses. That way the AIs are actually functioning. And yes, people can use Discord. So here we go. Hopefully this will be wonderfully stable and we can do this for next several sessions. So it looks like we're going to have 3 allied players, kind of including me, although I don't really know how much Mexico did during World War II, honestly. Obviously the Soviets, and then 3 likely Axis players. Plus we might have a Hungary coming in a little bit, which will give us 4 and roughly 4. So that'll actually work out pretty well. Okay, I'll give everybody a minute or 2 for their base setups, and then we'll start. Now, forgive me, but I don't entirely know exactly what the focus of the Mexicans went down, other than they went Democratic, as far as I can remember. So, yeah, if I do anything like go down the wrong tree slightly, I apologize. I will do my best to stay as historically Mexico as possible. Obviously, the only major restriction is ideology. Order doesn't matter. As historical as can be, Max. As historical as can be. Just so that the Soviets can't switch ideologies. You might have to wait till we start. And of course, people remember that you can in fact switch ideologies. Oh, you can't switch ideologies. You can switch focuses now. So if you get locked on the wrong thing, you do have some time to solve it. But let's pretty much get going if everybody's all set. Okay. Okay, I'm going to run it on 3. If that's too fast, we'll slow down. If that's too slow, we'll speed up. But here we go. Also, if anyone has advice on how to play Mexico, by all means let me know, because I've only played them like twice, and both times I ended up going communist to try and get Trotsky on my and his head of my government. So, oh, we actually have a hut joiner. Okay, so we're actually going to pause for a moment then. We'll see who they pick. They're a little bit late to the party, but better late than never. Yeah. Okay, we're going to start again. So we have a communist China now, and we have chat rooms in the Discord for people who wish to join. I may pop in and out of those, but we'll see. So here we go again. It looks like pretty much it's stable, which is good. We have one person who's lagging a little bit behind, but they keep catching up, so we're good. So to start off, while I can see stuff, we have Germany starting with the 4-year plan. We have the UK moving towards limited rearmament. We have Bulgaria doing a political effort, and we have Italy doing army primacy. And we have the US continuing the New Deal. And let's see, the last one we have is Communist China, right? They're doing land redistribution. I'm going to turn on the counters so we can see players. How do I do this? I have no idea what I'm doing there. Okay. Okay, but anyway, we got people going. And so far it seems to be stable, so we should be good. So for those of you who care what I'm up to, which is a surprisingly large amount of you, I am pretty much just going to do what Mexico and the US always tend to do, which is kind of turtle and build up, and then probably aid the allies. So as far as I can tell, I have, to be historical Mexico, I need to arrest the general. I think. I don't know. I may have to actually support them. I'm not entirely sure. I do know I have to go democracy, which is going to involve being an assertive church, so be Catholic. And then other than that, it's pretty much up to me. Okay, so I left on historical focuses, so the standard stuff is happening. France is building up its economy. Japan is going to be doing war with China at some point. China has been strengthened. France has been strengthened. And Japan has been strengthened slightly. So Communist China might be in a slightly rough spot compared to that. I believe I might be able to tweak that between sessions. Huh, shark-infested waters. I've never actually looked at the naval stuff. But for now, I'm going to be silent unless anybody has any questions or anything to do. I'll just kind of keep people apprised of what's going on in the war, or when the war starts. Although I will ask people, if I'm talking about a detail and you're in the game and you're in chat window, be aware there is a lag on stuff, and also please don't try and take too much of advantage over what I can see, just because it's not fair you getting 2 views. while we're building up, I think I'm going to wander into the chat rooms here, so we'll see what people have to say. Maybe we can find out some future potential plans for people. Hello, people.
Who's that?
Hello.
This is me, Forwind. Figured I'd wander in and see what you guys are up to.
Nothing much. Oh, that's not good.
No, it isn't. Okay, hopefully resync will work. But as we're going forward, what are the Axis's plans for world conquest?
We're not. We're totally peaceful.
You're totally peaceful. Hitler is not a bad guy in this.
No, we're never gonna kill the Czechs. Just give us the Sudetenland land.
Ah, okay. It looks like one of our people fell out of sync, so we'll re-add them in and then we'll get going again. I'm curious of what the plan is for the Balkans. Is there any super plan for the Balkans? Italy takes all the Balkans, Bulgaria kills Romania, etc.
No, Bulgaria is getting Macedonia and Thrace, and then I'm getting pretty much all of it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. We could keep Romania as just a puppet. I don't know. I don't really need him. Well, I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know.
Okay, we'll start up again here. Okay. Well, if you guys have any secret hidden world plans, I'll try not to spoil them. I'll leave and rejoin the Allies chat so that I don't learn all of your secret hidden plans. So bye for the moment.
Cool.
Bye.
Okay, hello Allies.
Hello.
So, the Axis is apparently being very peaceful and non-aggressive this game.
Yes, of course. I'll rest assured of that.
So, any strategic plans to constrain the potential aggressions of the Axis?
Try to hold on to my colonies.
Okay. Well, I won't inquire too deeply into it. I'll probably end up sending you Lend-Lease stuff there, UK.
Yeah.
We just need to survive. I'm just gonna prepare everything, make sure we can survive in the Pacific, and then send a bunch of troops over to England and D-Day France. I think.
Yeah.
Because if Germany is not able to take out France, it's kind of a dig. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, well, I suspect Germany will still beat France, even though I did strengthen them a little bit. So they'll probably be a Vichy France anyhow. That is a continuous problem. Okay, he's left. Yeah, we'll let them become AI control. I guess they're not having any luck here right now. So maybe they've got a mod or something that's messing with it. So we'll just continue. I mean, it was communist China, so it's not the biggest loss in the world.
Yeah.
So, have you ever played Mexico before?
I have played Mexico a little bit, but both times my goal was to put Trotsky in charge and try and subdue the Soviet Union. It didn't particularly go well, because Mexico has absolutely no hope of beating the Soviets on their own. But I did manage to get all of South America into the Bolivarian alliance, which is cool.
That is pretty cool. So you're just gonna go for, allies, Mexico. That's the thing you could do.
Well, that's what Mexico did historically, if I remember, right?
Yeah, they kind of didn't they have a civil war or something?
Yeah, they had a communist and Catholic fight, I think twice. So I'm going to be going Democratic, but I'm going to hopefully avoid the Civil War. Fingers crossed.
If you get in a civil war, I'll just let you maybe send you volunteers.
Yeah, I should be reasonably well. Mexico actually starts with a pretty nice army. I got 21 divisions, which is pretty good. I only have... Yeah, my population sucks. I only have a total of 16 million in my entire country.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. I only have 3 military factories, so I'm going to have to overcome that, but...
123 million right now, boy.
Oh well, that's the U.S. for you. Let alone,
UK.
I think that.
What about me?
What's your population?
Oh, let's see. Wait,
You go over manpower. It's just
population. Oh yeah, the total. 75 million.
Oh wow,
Yeah, 75.
that
I
doesn't.
think it's because
It's not accurate.
It also doesn't count India because India is its own independent one in this case.
Yeah, that's the only way that could be accurate, because even
no,
the modern
well,
UK
you
doesn't
have
have 75.
you have 20 million people in Nigeria. You have
Well, yeah, that's
6
true.
million.
If you count
right.
Africa, yeah.
Yeah, Egypt
And then
alone
you
is a
have-
lot.
Yeah, 6 million people in Cairo.
Yeah, Cairo I think is a little underpopulated compared to how it probably was historically, though. Okay, well I'm gonna wander off of this so you guys can keep plotting without us telling the Axis everything, and I'll get back to just figuring out what everyone else is up to. Actually, what I should go do is I should go try and create a room for the Comaturn, because we have a Soviet player, and it would be interesting to see what they're up to. So, bye for now. I'll probably rejoin once the war gets going again.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay, hello Comaturn.
Hello.
So, what's the plan?
Well, the plan right now is to make sure the mic of the other player is working because he's doing it on his phone. But we're going to take over the world, communist style, and we're not gonna let Germany take Europe
Okay.
because they can be getting stronger. Like they can have bits and pieces, but we already have a non-aggression pact with the United Kingdom,
Ah.
and we're looking to like make love with England.
Ah, make love, not war. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a good plan. We got a hut joining person here, and I'll wander out so you can plot pretty much with yourself right now.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. You're gonna have to survive a human, German, and Italy, so that'll be rough.
I'll manage.
Okay, bye for now. Oh, I think we also have another person coming in, so that could be rather awesome. So hopefully this will work now for Solvanzio to survive as communist China. I'm curious as to what our next player will play as. They were scheduled to do Netherlands, so we'll see what happens there. And this should be everybody we expected to have, so we'll see how this goes. Because if they play the Netherlands is one of those countries that waddles between the Soviets and other people. Not the Soviets, between Germans and England. So that will be interesting to see if England will keep them under control or not. So give them a second to orient themselves, and then we'll jump into this. here we go then. Hopefully this stays stable. If not, Communist China may just have to leave. Okay. The stability of Mexico is growing. So let's see what other people are up to. We have Germans are going autarky. France is doing its historical expansion. Ethiopian war logistics, that's a thing. The Dutch are forming a new government. Bulgaria is going collectivist. The Soviets are finishing the 5-year plan. Hopefully it won't take them 5 years to finish. Communist China is restabilizing their base area. The US is doing WPA, and I'm trying to get rid of my General Caudillo. And other than that, everyone else, all the other AI nations are doing what AI nations do. I'm going to be interested to see if a buff China can compete with a buff Japan. I do not have much hope for it, though. Well, because we're starting this setup and everybody seems to be running, I am temporarily going to try to jump to speed 4, but we'll see. And I'm fine with Communist China joining the Soviets because otherwise they're going to die to Japan. So that's not a huge change considering they pretty much were part of them anyhow. Also, for those of you who are semi-new to multiplayer, remember that if you do trade with one of your allies, they do get your factories. So it's a good reason for the allies to trade with the allies, the Axis with the Axis, the Comintern with the Comintern. Just a little hint there for people. So just to clarify, because we had a question here from Max, there's the only major rule is no crazy exploits like sieging, surrounding someone's capital to ruin supply everywhere. I turned off ideology transferring coups, so that should be a lot more stable. And no World War II before historically started, which was 39. Well, we won't care about the month too much. AIs, though, are free targets, so feel free to conquer as many AIs as you can. Not that many AIs are available to conquer, because we have a lot of human players. I am impressed. This is interesting. We have the elimination of Ethiopia. Or actually the puppeting of Ethiopia. Probably a smart move there, because that means they can access that manpower and they'll fight in Africa for Italy. So first AI nation has technically died. I doubt it. They've actually entirely died. The second London Naval Treaty has been signed, December 1935, to discuss a renewal of the first London Naval Treaty, which restricted the number and size of cruisers and submarines. Negotiations turned quite heated over Italy's war in Ethiopia and Japan's desire to be seen as equal to Britain and the US. While negotiations are now at an end, the signatory nations have agreed on limits to the size of battleships and aircraft carriers in hopes of preventing another ruinous arm race. So history is moving forward. That is one of the big questions, is how fast can the U.S. mobilize? I mean, they don't have to go down the path of, doing it really slowly if they don't want to. So they may go for limited intervention before neutrality. They do have to get support of senators and representatives, though. So we'll see how that goes. Looks like they're probably going for the additional research slot. For those of you who are somewhat still new to Hearts of Iron, the limited amount of research slots small nations start with is rather crippling. Germany starts with 4 compared to the 2 I have. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to solve that. Annoyingly, it seems like I somehow managed to give myself elite difficulty, so I'm going to be pretty useless for most of this. Hopefully I haven't messed it up for everybody else. I don't even know why that was a thing. Maybe because I buffed the AIs, it weakened everyone else. Oh well, we'll see. But yes, the big question is the US and also the Soviets. How fast are the Soviets going to hit their full stride? And if they're going to hit it before the Germans attack them or vice versa. It'll be very interesting to see. Well, we have France starting to reform their government, the British trying to motorize, Soviets arming up. Hitler's Germany seems to be going down a strategy of trying to build up as much factories as possible. Italy is doing the same. Bulgaria is moving towards fascism, which is probably a smart move, so they can join the Axis. And the communists are pretty well allied and focusing on China. And Japan is still moving towards its declaration of war on China. And the US is doing the Agricultural Adjustment Act. And I think that's... Oh, wait, we have Netherlands. I keep forgetting they exist. Hi, Netherlands. They are abandoning the gold standard. They have Dirk Jan de Geer in charge, who's a defeatist. Maybe they'll get rid of that in time. And I'm going to try and keep as much spying stuff going just so I can see what people are up to. I'll try not to spoil anything, though. And I'm amazed that we're running at speed 4 and we're still stable. That's impressive. I'm going to have a little bit of a war here in a minute myself because I'm going to arrest one of the generals, which will probably trigger a civil war. So, I have to deal with this fact. Who would expect that Mexico might be the second nation to enter into a war? Spain should be starting soon, though, and that will be very interesting. Especially because I don't have any limits on what people can send other than the limits of, you know, the game imposes. We'll see. So how much are the Soviets, Germans, and Italians going to farm the Spanish Civil War for war experience and general gain? It's going to be a very interesting question. Also, can we all take a moment and appreciate the existence of the country of Tanatuva, which, unless you've played this game, you've probably never heard of. Yes, Tanatuva was in fact a country. It didn't exist very long. It disappeared into the Soviet Union a long time ago. But it's a cool little piece of history if they actually exist. And currently there is, I believe, exactly one independent country inside of Africa, and that would be Liberia after the fall of Ethiopia. And there will be, for those of you who don't know it, nothing probably will happen here. Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Oman, Yemen, Afghanistan, unless somebody wants to go conquer them and get some land and power over there. Because those nations usually don't get involved in World War II. But I have a feeling that will change this game. By the way, if you're a fan of my Europa stuff and you've wandered into this, be aware that this is a much slower game to get started. You won't really see World War II start probably in this session. We might get close to it, but it's going to be more posturing and preparation. And we'll see if any AIs die. It's going to be very interesting to see. We're going to do at least 3 hours or so, unless everybody has to leave early. So the Spanish Civil War started between the nationalists under Francisco Franco and the communists under Jose Diaz. And so I suspect we'll probably see volunteers from countries. Nationalist Spain has docking rights in Italy. That's a start. Communist China's non-aggression pact with Spain. Interesting. Could be very fascinating to see what happens. The Allies are going to be pretty much unable to get involved because we have different ideologies. It's also going to be very interesting seeing how the world tension will go because the Allies can't join factions or really start them until it gets high enough. 15 is when the Allies can start to guarantee nations, which may start World War II. But for right now, we have 1% of world tension, and that is due solely to the Soviet Union right now. They are sending divisions to Spain. Let's see if anything else has changed. Italy has sent divisions. The Germans have sent it. Right now, the Soviets have sent more, though. So we'll see how that works. And other non-interesting news, the Chinese are trying to become friends with Germany. The Japanese are getting closer and closer to invading China. That's about it currently right now. The Soviets at some point are going to get their lovely little border war with Japan, which is always a delightful mess to get involved with. And Communist China is still focusing on China, which makes sense. Well, I just sped it up to 5. We'll see if that survives. Oh, we've got the beginning of a plot for the Soviets. Might be going after Poland early. We'll see if they actually bother trying to make a treaty with Germany, or is this going to be all-out war when the time comes? At least the World War II will be delayed slightly. Well, it should occur around 39 if we can help it. I mean, if it starts earlier, okay, but let's try not to go for it. Interesting decision, though, for the Soviets to start invading Europe early, because that will allow a lot of people to ramp up their military production early on. Plus, the Soviets are rather unstable early game, so we'll see how this works out for them. Yeah, for those who can send it to Spain, which right now is 3 players, I think, or maybe 4 players, it's going to be a very interesting ongoing fight there. Let's stabilize my nation. I think I actually managed to stop a rebellion in Mexico, which is interesting. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm curious as to how the Soviet invasion of Poland's going to work out for them, because that puts them right on the border with Germany with a very hard-to-defend land. Let's check out how Spain is doing. So we have volunteers from Spain, from Italy, Germany, and we have volunteers from Soviets. So far, it looks like the fascists are winning, but we'll see how that goes. I think the only person else who can send volunteers might be Communist China right now. Or maybe Bulgaria. Oh, do we have a subtle move here from people trying to boost influence in AI nations? Oh, this could be interesting. We'll see how this goes. We've got a Netherlands desperately suing not to die. We'll see if that works. Hopefully that succeeds for them. Remember, of course, Netherlands, if you get conquered, it does not mean the game is over. You just become a exiled country. You're less useful, but you do have a focus where you can relocate your country to Java and rule from there. So just remember, death in this game is not permadeath anymore, which is rather nice. The war in Spain is dragging on in the fascists' favor, but it's still going. I, of course, can't actually see the war there. I'm actually not going to intervene in the whole issue of whether or not the Netherlands can be forced into the Axis. I think that's kind of up to the countries involved. I'd like it if the Netherlands stayed democratic and joined the Allies, but I can't make that decision. That has to be made by the nations who actually have control over the influencing of Netherlands. We'll see how that all works out. Resistance is futile seems to be the message from Germany to the Netherlands. You either join the Axis or you get conquered and do other stuff. Hello, Valentine. A multiplayer game here. It looks like we got some good players and some good countries. Every major country except for France, Poland, Japan, and China is pretty much represented here. I'm lurking in Mexico, in case anyone's curious. Not doing much, because apparently somehow I managed to get absolutely no political power gain. I think I messed up somehow there, but I'll live. Yeah, I picked Mexico because it allowed me to survive and watch the game rather than being involved in the major war. That way I can, poke around the map. You guys can see what's really happening. Rather see the Netherlands go communist. Well, we're trying to stay historical, but that is one of the few areas of semi leeway. Is the Netherlands was torn between the UK and Germany historically. Depends who invests more political power, because that will force them to go one way or the other. We'll see how that works out. Am I going to conquer world as Mexico? Probably not, considering I'm probably going to support the Allies unless they're horribly being crushed, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, the war in Mexico is proving to be rather even. This is interesting. We still have the Soviets doing a pretty gutsy move of fabricating on Poland. We'll see if that works. Looks like Communist China might be plotting against its neighbors. Not that any human player has to worry about Communist China for about 7 or 8 in-game years, so that's a thing. Be interesting to see if the Soviets decide to help the Communists conquer China or fight Japan. All very interesting aspects of the way the war will go. UK is arming. Bulgaria is getting a navy. Interesting move. Italy is arming. Germans are arming. Soviets are still purging people. They'll be doing that for quite a while. The US has decided to go for neutrality, so I don't think we're going to see an early interventionist US, which is an interesting decision. And of course, I'm trying to, reform and satisfy my internal issues as Mexico, which there are a lot of them. Okay, we have an expansionist communist China. We'll see if they can win this. I've got to imagine they can win this with support from the Soviets. U.S. Congress passes the Neutrality Act. I love the answer. Ask the Belgians how well neutrality defended them in 1914. Yeah, people are concerned he might be planning to intervene. Well, I have a feeling that the U.S. is in fact planning on intervening. We shall see. We shall see. Of course, we're trying to stay historical in this. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, things change as the game goes on. If this works well and people are enjoying this, we can do another game where everybody goes ahistorical. So, fascist or communist U.S., return the Kaiser in Germany, put Edward on the throne in England. Unfortunately, the Soviets have nothing different about them. Communist China could try to do China. Japan could go communist. We've got a lot of different options. Unfortunately, Italy and the Soviets have a very poor focus tree for changing ideologies. But it would be very interesting to see. We'll see. I'm not intervening in their internal ways of their running of their faction, other than to might wander onto their discords at some point again. But for now, by and large, I'm just going to stay out of their European affairs. Plus, it's their decision if they want to get themselves into a good or bad position. All I can tell you is that Mexico will do what Mexico does, which is not really that much for quite some time. Sort of the same as the Soviets, although these Soviets might be being aggressive. We'll see how that goes. Anything can happen in multiplayer, so we'll see how this all works out. Looks like Communist China is winning though, so that's good news for them. We might see a large Communist China. I'll be very impressed if we see a large one. That would be impressive. The Republican Spain is pushing back. Ooh, this is a turn of the tide. Oh, look at here. The Soviets canceled their war justification against Poland and actually reduced world tension. I didn't know that was a thing. Interesting. Let's see how the wars are going. Spanish Civil War is going in favor of the fascists, it looks like. And the Chinese War is going in favor of the communists? It's tough to say. Yeah, technically I could conquer Central America, but I am democratic, so I can't do anything against these guys um, until they either create world tension or I get stronger. That's the downside to being an ally. You can't really conquer anything early game. I don't even know if I can create. I could technically, if I wanted to, I could try and do the Bolivarian alliance. I guess I don't know how this works all out down here. Support the left, support the right. I could form the Hispanic alliance, which would be rather interesting. But historically, Mexico went democratic, so I can't really go down this too far. We'll see how things go. I haven't really made up my mind what I'm going to do as these guys, other than not trying to help the allies. Of course, if any people in South America are dumb enough to be a different ideology or go against me, yeah, then I can go after them. Like, I could take out Venezuela if I had 50 world tension. Actually, I think I can justify war goals against a lot of people. I'm technically non-aligned. Oh. Cool, I didn't realize I was non-aligned. So I can actually do a lot as these guys. Well, maybe I could conquer them. Need the world tension first, though. Oh, looks like I got some new tech coming in. Does Cuba still have a ton of chromium? Maybe I could take that. Cuba still has an absolute monstrous amount of chromium. 126. I may invade them when the world tension gets that high, just for Cuba. I think I can fight in the US and fight in the hemisphere without the US intervening. I don't know exactly. May have to talk to the US player to see if they'll let me conquer the minor nations. We'll see. Oh, I could help Spain in the war, could I? No, I don't have enough world tension, nor do I have enough troops. I can't even send an attaché because somehow I messed up my political power gain, which kind of sucks. I think everyone else's power gain is correct, so it might just be mine. So yeah, everyone else seems to have good power gain. So I think I messed something up at the beginning of the game, which I might be able to adjust in between sessions. We'll see. Hopefully. Oops, I'm being told to go look at China. Oh, looky here, the communists are winning. I suspect with help of from their Soviet friends. Oh no, not. This is literally a Communists went on the rise on their own. Well done, communists. So this is going to be interesting. We might have a two-sided war in down there. I'm actually going to invite Trotsky to join the government if I need to at some point, because he's an organizational genius. And he's a pretty good guy in terms of supporting the government. I guess slightly ahistorical, but nothing major. As long as we have the standard country stay in their factions, mostly historical, is fine. The only reason I'm delaying the World War II till 39 is otherwise it's not really fair for the allies, because they can't build up as fast as the Germans, and the Germans will literally just steamroll everything if they fight an early war. Give me a reason to conquer South America, get the rubber and chromium? Maybe. I'm not sure about that yet. So let's see how people are doing. The U.S. is forming a War Department. About time. Despite fighting in World War I, they don't have a War Department. British are building up their stuff. Germans are innovating in the army. That's probably a smart move on their part. Italy is plotting against Yugoslavia. Interesting decision. Bulgaria is building up their industry, which is rather needed. The communists are about to win a war, which is good for them. Soviets still purging. Japan is getting really close to invading China. And I am strike breaking. I think that... Oh, and the Netherlands, of course. The forgotten nation for me. The fourth ally. They are building up their industry to try and get rid of their horrible -50 construction speed. Whoa, this is looking interesting. So the fascists have more factories, but the communists have way more troops in Spain. We'll see how this works out. It looks like it's a reasonably even war right now. If anything, the communists are regaining ground. Well, the Netherlands, at least in U.S. textbooks, are a forgotten nation in terms of World War II. They're not even really referenced in the history books other than their footnote in the fall of Belgium, which is rather sad because they did a lot against the Japanese and stuff, as far as I know. And plus they had oil, which matters quite a bit. I'm going for this next tech slot because I need it. What I really need is more production and political power. Oh well, we'll see how it all works out. I'm curious as to when this war in China will end. It looks like Shanxi is almost overrun, but they haven't fallen quite yet. Don't know what's going on in Europe right now, other than the Soviets don't appear to be going after Poland just now. It's going to be interesting. Also, I should probably mention, and I should probably also tell everybody about it through the chat window at some point, so I might do that, that the rough plan is the player or players who rank in terms of, when the game ends, the rankings. What I probably will do is, depending on the rank, if they're going to show up for another multiplayer session, they can reserve their nations first, or they have priority. Except, if they're playing their same country again. So, like Germany, if they become #1 in the world, they can't play Germany again. We'll see if that works. I kind of like to set up a series of multiplayer games for the next couple months, but really depends on how it works out. Well, I've been told by Beach Dude CA, which I assume is California, that the Dutch fleet got pretty much annihilated at the beginning of World War II, except for their subs, which apparently were very effective. Interesting history tidbit, if true. The Soviets have now done mass purges. I don't know how much they purged. Looks like they purged a lot. Much more stable with much more high war enthusiasm. French are fortifying. Germans are conducting a treaty with the Soviets. Interesting. We're going to see the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, probably. Italy is befriending Bulgaria, probably a smart move. Although it looks like Bulgaria is doing pretty well on the fascist front themselves. US currently does not have a national focus, but should probably get one going soon. And the UK is increasing research. And it looks like the communists, despite being at war with one person, are attacking a different person? What is this going on here? Ah, the Soviets are intervening. There we go. Easy win for the communist China, probably. Interesting strat. Feed communist China and then use them in their wars versus the Germans. I kind of like it. Have to remember that at some point. Since right now the most interesting thing happened is the Communist China and Spanish Civil War, I'll be jumping back and forth. Looks like Republican Spain is mounting something of a comeback. We'll see. Well, the Communist China seems to be doing pretty well with the help of the Soviets, but they need to watch their border there. Shanxi is regaining land. And over in Spain, it looks like a big push by the nationalists is pretty much driving the Republicans out of the war. Or the communists, rather. We'll see if that goes any distance, but it looks like the fascists are going to win at this point. Interesting. Okay, Left 4 Dead, I don't know what you mean by please do the passage on EU4 on the Ottomans. Do you mean do a Let's Play or something on that? I'm not sure. We'll see. Win or lose, it's still for Russia? Oh yeah, if they can get a good amount of army experience, it'll be definitely worth it. They can reform their government and everything. That would be good for them. What do I do now? I don't actually know what I have to technically do here. I really need some political power. I guess I don't really want to lose any stability, but I may have to, just to survive. Well, right now I'm not going to do a Let's Play on the Ottomans. Right now I'm still embroiled in a Japan game. And then the plan is after I finish my Japan game, I was going to do another game for a little while, and then I'd get back to Europa, at which point I'd run a poll again. I can make sure to stick the Ottomans in that future poll, but that's not a plan. I could do a guide on them in a little bit, but I was kind of waiting to do guides in Europe until the rework on Europe, which is going to be reasonably soon. Well, this year. Because all my old guides are going to be completely messed up. So we have a couple comments here from our Netherlands player. It says, please trade with us, buy my wonderful Dutch resources, either from me or my colony. Thank you all. Have a blessed day. Cheers, lads. This advertisement cost me 0 sieve factories and 0 mill factories, but negative 90% dignity. Yes, the Netherlands are begging for trade and support from other countries. We'll see how that works out for them. Although they can get a fair amount of trade from their decisions. I've seen Curacao over here become very, like, the oil center production of the world. It's quite impressive. Oh, I've got a potential problem here. Unless I can stabilize my country in a little bit, I could end up with a civil war. I thought I was avoiding that, but I guess not. Huh. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, I'm going to be in some trouble. Yep. Okay. I better re-stabilize my army and everything then. Yeah. Is there anything I can do to stabilize my country again, though? Oh, actually, it's been stopped. There we go. That worked out nicely. Stable for the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of resources in South America. I might go after them. I just need that world tension 23 higher and actually have an economy. Because right now, my economy sucks, to put it mildly. Although this is nice. Economy laws are cheaper. I might actually do that. But I'm only going to make like one economy law change, so... Actually, I can't make any changes right now. I don't have enough support. Oops. I actually have not bothered to trigger the United States Civil War yet. I just haven't gone down the fascist road as the US yet. We'll see. Well, despite having a civilian economy, I've managed to reduce the amount of needed consumer factories by almost 12, which is pretty good. Amelia Earhart has circumnavigated the globe. Good to hear she didn't randomly die again. Considering it's random whether or not she survives. So let's see. US is doing war plans. UK is investing in radar. The Germans are building roads. The Italians are looking to join the Axis despite being part of it. Pact of Steel. Soviets are flying over the North Pole. Communist China is apparently farming for XP against Shaanxi and getting some rectification. Oh, that's going down the Mao tree. Going for that wonderful 10% cheaper infantry equipment. Smart move. Japan is about to start a war in China, and that's when things are going to get really interesting. And let's see what the Netherlands are up to. They are going for another research slot. Looks like everybody's doing pretty well all around. And the fascists, of course, won in Spain. Yeah, that's kind of my plan now that we've been discussing, is to kind of conquer Central America and feed resources to the Allies. We'll see if it works. Max wants to know my thoughts on Imperial Rome. Here's the interesting fact. You know that patch Paradox put out like a week or so ago to make Imperial Rome much more stable? And also to get rid of that really annoying constant lag every day? Somehow, they managed to make it more laggy for me. So I cannot play Imperial Rome right now, which is really awful. It's unbelievably bad. I can't play it. I can't even really get the game. I can load the game and that's about it. It just doesn't work well. We'll say. So now here's the big war, which actually eclipsed the rest of World War II in size pretty much. Japan versus China. And it's going to be a bit interesting this time because Communist China is conquering 2 of the Chinese miners. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Imperial to Rome needs not just a new update, it needs a DLC. And also they need to fix that lag. I mean, I sure hope they fix it. I really do want to play it more. I did a video on my thoughts of Imperial Rome. People really liked it, which was somewhat not great. We'll see. Oh, France guaranteed Yugoslavia. Interesting. Huh. I'm getting some rumors of a somewhat alliance between the Germans and Soviets over not raising world tension? Ooh, that could be interesting. 38 world tension, that means people can start guaranteeing others, which I guess just happened in Yugoslavia. Interesting decision by France, though. They're not stable at all yet. Justify war goal on Poland. Soviets. Interesting decision. Very interesting decision. We'll see how this all works out. I need 50 world tension to go after Central America, I believe. I'll probably start doing that afterwards. I probably will have to talk to the US player about revoking some of their guarantees, but unless I can freely declare, I don't know if I can. We'll see. Besides, I'm not really ready for a war right now. I'm pretty backwards in terms of an economy and even a military right now. Should probably stop drilling my army, that way I can actually build up some supplies. But the fact of the matter is, without more political power and production, I'm pretty much useless. I don't think I've even managed to build this. Well, actually, I've managed to build 2 factories since the beginning of the game due to this stupid civilian economy. But of course, I can't change that until the world tension and my war support goes up a bit. Why, hello, Average. So, who's playing? A lot of people. This, I think, is our largest multiplayer stream so far, and unlike Europa, it is stable, which is amazing. So I will definitely do this again in this case. I will run down that. Let me just set up my next thing to do. Abolish capital punishment. So we have me as Mexico. We have Joe Cubas up here as United States, also known as Dat Boy on the Discord. We have Dathermo up here as the UK. We have Unipixel as Italy. We have the Bald Rush as Germany. We have Pumpkin Turtle lurking around here in Bulgaria. We have Javos as the Netherlands. We have Max lurking up here in the Soviet Union. We have Max's friend Silvanzio lurking down here as Communist China, who must be farming XP because they have yet to take out a 2-province country. And I think that's it. I think that's everybody. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. Fascist one in Spain. Communist China is on the rise and part of the Comintern, and that's roughly where we're at. Oh yeah, a weak Mexico is still stronger than other countries in Central America, and I definitely probably will go after them. But it would be nice to actually have an internal functioning economy as Mexico too. 10 civilian factories and 3 military factories is not enough to function as these guys. We still have another year or so before, year and a half till World War II can potentially kick off. The Germans are going for Rhineland, hopefully, and we'll see if France opposes it, because France has yet to try and join the UK. So it could be very interesting in the next couple months in-game. Looks like China is actually beating Japan thanks to their boosts, unless people are aiding them. Is anyone aiding them? Doesn't look like it. So that's just outright China holding off Japan. In fact, they've taken land. This is interesting. I think they've taken land, or is that the other way around? It's tough to tell. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, oh, okay, that's Communist China trying to get a little bit more land. Yeah, I think we got 10 or so people. I could double check. Actually, I have the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have 10. I think I hit everybody. Yeah. We were supposed to have a Hungary player, but I guess they didn't show up. Or haven't shown up. We'll see how that goes. See if they do show up eventually or not. Yeah, there'll be some nice factories. We'll see how that goes. Any idea why you can't see country reserves? What do you mean average? In, Hearts of Iron, Europa, Imperator? You gotta give me more context. Okay, so we have two events. We have the Rhineland has been remilitarized under the German Reich, and Italy is claiming Greece's lands, although it looks like Greece is currently guaranteed by Romania. That could be interesting. Romania could die rather quickly against the Axis, which does not yet include Bulgaria, interestingly enough. I see a potential coming there. I guess they gotta convert ideology first. Yeah, I haven't played much Mexico, so I don't really know the strats as them. So, we'll see. I'm really tempted to do this revolutionary women, because that would give me 3 more civilian factories and women's suffrage. On the other hand, that as soon as I take women's suffrage, I'm going to lose my non-aligned and can't really expand, so I might wait on that. 2 free military factories if I allow women to serve in the military. On the other hand, if I do a professional one, planning and logistics skill goes up. Well, we'll see what I end up doing. I have no idea, average. I haven't changed anything since the other day when you commented on it. Oh, yep, 42 world tension. It's getting there. Will I be able to war with other players? Eventually, probably. We'll see. Ooh, it sounds like there's a little bit of a influence war going in the Netherlands. 20 UK influence to 40 German. Ooh. It doesn't even have gateway to Europe yet. Well, if I were England and I wanted the Netherlands on my side, I might start boosting some of that there. Otherwise, you're going to lose them. What else can I do? China is definitely beating Japan. This is strange. They don't even have any support. This is just outright China beating Japan. Well done. I suspect that'll change given time when the Marco Polo bridge incidents wear off, but at the same time, China will eventually be getting rid of their corruption, so... Curious to see how this will go. Germans are strengthening their war economy, probably a good move. Interesting decisions, though. Some people tend to wait till you get Hungary and Romania in it and then get additional factories, but I guess they're going for a factory now is worth 2 later on. Albania is probably going to die soon, but that's not to be unexpected. And the US is teching up, as usual. And actually has 25 war support. Japan is not... If there's no one else really in the Chinese region, playing Japan is... Honestly, playing Japan is boring honestly, in Europa and in Hearts of Iron, because really all you do is fight China and then maybe the US. We'll see. Communist China is doing reasonably well. It looks like they've been pushed back a little bit, but that could just be me. We also have an Italian-Greek war. The Italian-Greek war, and I think that's going to involve Romania, if I'm correct. Yes, Romania has entered the war on Greece's side, but it's just Italy right now versus them. Italy with not a very large army. I suspect we may see Germany intervene, but... Oh, here we go. We have our first negotiation one. The dividing up of Ube Sanma. By Communist China, I suspect. So Communist China is just about to become a bit of a powerhouse. They might be struggling a little bit over the fact that the Soviets have a lot of war score. Okay, so Communist China took 7 states and they disappeared from the map. Okay, interesting. Good decision. That now makes Communist China hit how much manpower? It's got to be something growingly stupid. Yep, 2.5 million manpower, if they weren't already huge. Let's get another research slot going. And I can finally... Oh, wait, I need more war support. Oh, I was hoping to finally get away from my stupid economy rolls. I suppose 5% is worth it, but I really want the 10. Decisions, huh? I think I will do a military theorist, though, because I really could use the army experience and the cheaper doctrine tree. I guess I just have to wait till I get enough war support. Thank you, average. I got 7 more viewers than normal, which implies that I usually have no viewers. Oh, we have another peace treaty. So this probably will allow me to start expanding into Central America. This is going to be very interesting. Looks like the Soviets are taking this? Nope, Communist China. Okay. And that did actually not bump my world tension high enough. That's too bad. Very low war tension. We have another peace treaty here. I think this probably means the Soviets have gotten all they wanted out of the war. Is that Japan in the war? How does Japan end up in this war? Oh, they must be at war with them too? That's a strange mess. Ah, thank you, Average. That makes me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I got 7 viewers, which is a bit more than normal. Probably most of the people are the people who are in-game right now. But, oh well. I'm not hearing any protest from the U.S. over me expanding southwards, so for at least for now, I'm going to assume they're not. I may have to jump in and talk to them when it gets closer to wartime. Okay, we've got another expansion. Let's go see what Communist China's up to. Communist China is now huge. Well done, Communist China. We have an Italian landing in southern Greece as the Greek-Italian war heats up. Let's see, is Germany involved, or is it literally just Italy? It is still just Italy, although that's a pretty even fight. Hopefully Italy can win that one. We have a Manchu-Chinese war, and so far it is in a status quo. Japan has lost significantly less troops than China, though, which is not a good sign for China. But China has taken land, so who knows? Hey, 50 world tension. Can I declare war on anybody? I'm curious. I could probably declare war on these guys. No, I have to justify war goal first. Let's go jump into the allies and see what the US says about this all. Okay. Hello, hello, allies.
Hi.
So, US, I'm thinking about going south and taking over Central America. Any objections, really?
Nah.
Okay, you may have to revoke your guarantees. I don't know how this works, but we'll see.
It's fine. Like it will only if I go for where is it? And my focus tree, there's basically one that makes it so they actually matter.
Okay.
So,
Well,
like you're in the hurry right now, basically.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and take over some of Central America, probably, just to get the resources and stuff.
Go ahead.
Okay, anything else while I'm here, or can I wander off again?
That was probably the most, like, what that person was doing there with Shang-Zi, I do not approve. Just saying.
You do not approve. Okay. I mean, it is a little ahistorical, but it is communist China, so.
No. What I'm saying is that he kept passing it, like, taking 24 hours just to pass it back and forth with Russia. So we were saying for 5 minutes, trying to make it so they do.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay. You don't approve.
Do not approve.
Okay, well, I don't know how much that's going to change unless you can intervene right now.
Oh, it's good because look at China's being Japan.
Yeah, I'm surprised that might actually be a legitimately dangerous China. It may threaten the communists from the south if they decide to go after China. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm going to wander off. Anything from the UK to report?
Nothing really. Just putting plans into place.
Putting plans into place. Okay, I'm apparently becoming very Catholic. It's surprising I'm getting along so well with the Anglicans. We'll see. Okay, well, nice hearing from my future allies, and I will see you guys all hopefully after I conquer Central America.
Okay. Peace.
Bye. I think it might be time to go visit, see what the Axis is up to, unless they kick me out immediately. Hello, Axis?
I knew Albania was a
Hello?
shithole, but I didn't
Who's
think it was
this?
as bad.
Hello.
This is Mexico, Lord Forwind. I'm wandering in to say, how are you guys doing?
We're
too
having
good.
some
Not
difficulties
good.
with Grace.
You guys
Being a
are
bit too historically accurate, you know.
historically accurate, the early invasion of Greece.
Yeah.
more than losing the Greece part.
Oh boy, you're losing to Greece. That's kind of sad.
Because I have no supply. If I could have invaded Yugoslavia, you know, maybe if we didn't have a Soviet Union who raised world tensions, so Yugoslavia got guaranteed.
Yeah, well, that happens. Smart move by the Soviets.
Yeah. Also, we
Yeah,
almost got
mental
encircled in Spain by the Soviets too.
Oh boy, I guess we have a dangerous Soviets player. Everybody's gunning for you, Max.
We have no clue what they're doing though. They're just being a bit dopey. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit of like 10-dimensional chess in
Yeah.
China.
Okay.
Right. They can have Albania and it's 2 supply.
For goodness sake.
What is that? And as soon as I leave, it goes to 19 supply.
Oh
What is
boy.
this?
I don't know. Well, sounds like you're having a good time then, to put it mildly. Okay. I just wanted to know if you guys had any new future plans. You've got about a year to go before World War II can really kick off. Are we going to say the taking of the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia soon? Probably.
Nah, we're all.
No, we're never gonna kill the Czechs,
we're
like I said.
friendly, We're nice.
Okay.
Everything-
Well, you could just take the outside. It's not like you have to finish off Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, why is it on elite?
Oh yeah, it's a bit
But
upsetting.
again, why did you beef in France?
Huh? Why'd I buff France?
We're gonna
Yeah, and why is it on elite?
I don't know. I think that was just a mistake somehow when we launched. It might have been because I strengthened a couple countries. Maybe it weakened everyone else rather than buffing them.
What? This is so
What?
stupid. And my supply in this island has gone from 14 to 10 because I built a port. So apparently building ports reduces your supply.
Wait, why does
More
Greece
ports.
have Albania? When did that happen?
Yeah, just don't look.
There
Okay.
was no. I put 14 divisions in, and there was 2 supply. It was 20 out of 2 supply in Albania. Like I knew Albania was underdeveloped, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, well, you have Germany if you need backup.
Well, he doesn't, because Austria is not dead yet.
True. Well, maybe Austria will die in the near future, but good luck with that. I'm gonna wander off and see what the Comintern is up to.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
I'm basically
Bye.
forced to attack at this stage.
Hello,
Oh.
Comintern. Comintern, I guess.
Hello, Lord
Oh.
Forwind.
So, how goes it? The rise of communist
Well-
China, I see.
It's going better than the war with Germany.
Yeah.
With the war with Greece.
Yeah. Boy, you're picking some fights there, aren't you?
Oh, I hope Italy is doing better late game, because at this rate even France can kill Italy.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Yeah, but we're spreading the word of communism around the world, and it's going great,
Okay.
especially in Asia.
Yeah, I can see. Is there any future plans for a war with China, or is it going to be a war with Japan and the death of Manchukuo first?
Oh, we are not going to comment on that. You will have to see.
Ah, okay. Also remember that as the Soviets, I believe you can send volunteers to China. So, just a little hint if you want to help China.
The Germans sent volunteers to our enemies in China while we were fighting them, and I
Ooh.
didn't really appreciate that.
Ooh.
So yeah, that relation lasts.
Oh, this Molotov-Ribbentrop pact might not occur, huh?
I mean, they were highly attritioning themselves in
Ooh.
like the plateaus of Sibesama, but it's still not that nice of them to send tanks.
Ooh,
to our
yeah,
enemies.
that is nasty. Well, good luck. You're gonna probably need it. Looks like the Axis has been delayed a little bit, so you've got a pretty good shot. I'm headed off to go try and conquer my way through Central America. So,
Yeah, indeed.
Good luck.
good luck. Thanks. Bye for now.
Cheers.
Okay, so that's the current standings of the world. Apparently, the Germans and Soviets are fighting proxy wars. Actually, we're missing exactly one person to talk to. Well, probably a couple, but the big one is what is up with the Netherlands? The answer is they've almost solved their construction problems and are now kind of working towards apparently buffing their buildings elsewhere around the world. So that's going well. We got about 50 more minutes, give or take time. It's a little debatable when I'm going to actually stop. But hopefully between that time and next time we can fix this elite difficulty. If not, we could always just restart, play it fast and on another difficulty. I prefer to keep going if possible. But if it becomes too much trouble, we can always change it back. But it sounds like we have a lot of plotting going around on all sides. The UK is building its defenses. The Italians are struggling to hold on to Greece. The Germans can't do anything yet, and communist China is apparently going ham in China. So, it looks like Japan is counterattacking. This could be interesting. Anyhow, back to Mexico. We are depoliticizing our army and fabricating claims against Guatemala, of all places. So that's the current standing in the world, and I did see that average that you wanted in and out of voice chats. But for now, go in silent. We'll see if any new changes are up soon. Oh, hello, Black Cat. You're showing up to the chat finally. Nice to see you. Well, you might have had yourself muted, Average, in the voice chat, so we might have another person joining us for a little while. We'll see who they pick up. Interesting if they pick someone like Hungary, or they could show up just to try and troll people a little bit. Of course, the same rules still apply. No World War II, like major World War II, for another year or so. and try and stay historical ideologies. But they might show up for a little while at least. Yes, very good idea. I should probably move my troops to the border. There we go. I've questioned the motives of Guatemala. Okay. There is no doubt that Guatemala is preparing for war. The changes in economic policy make it plain to see that the Guatemalan are not a people of peace, but rather are waiting for the right opportunity to strike against us. Will we stand idly by and watch them arm themselves while Mexico is undefended? Or will we disarm this threat before it grows beyond our power? The Hawks and the PNR have turned their eyes towards Guatemala, arguing that attack is the best defense. Their viewpoint is gaining traction and Mexico is preparing for war. Okay. We're plotting the end of Guatemala. Not that I think Guatemala will put up much of a fight, but with its 2 divisions and 15,000 reserve troops, but why take any chances, right? Actually, I probably don't need this large of an army, but we'll see what the supply limit is. If it's really bad, I'll split it all out. Okay. Other than that, building some war support, so that way I can actually change my laws around. And there are no mods right now on. Get a human Poland. Maybe. I suspect Poland would probably die very quickly then. And in terms of us being on elite difficulty, it just means that the human players just have to be that much smarter to compete with the AI. I'm having a reasonably good weekend average. Got to see some of my relatives. Celebrated Mother's Day a day or so early with them, so that was nice. Other than that, I'm just finishing up one of my school semesters this weekend, honestly. I need to do work after this stream. And other than that, things are going. The Italians just deleted their whole army? Wait, what's going on here? Are we having a rage quit from the Italians? Oh no, the Italians have lost their whole army. Oops. That shifts the world balance. True, they can just rebuild it because they still have the manpower, but we'll see. What am I building with my factories? Right now I've been building civilian factories in hopes of actually getting some build up because I don't have to worry about war really for a while. So I haven't been... Oops, somebody else paused, my bad. Sorry. I haven't been worried about that much. We have another hut joiner here. Black Cat apparently wishes to jump in. Hello, Black Cat. So we'll have to send off the save game here. Hopefully the Italian player has not given up completely. Italy's a pretty strong country. You can rebuild. I'm hearing that Italy is trolling a bit. Let me jump up. We jump in and see what's going on there. So what's going on with Italy?
I don't know.
We lost in Greece and now his entire army is gone.
So, nah, in Greece, on that little island, I magically went from 32 to 8 supply.
Okay. Well, some of the supply could have been due to your planes and your ships getting destroyed.
I didn't have any planes deployed.
Wait,
or
are you
ships.
justifying on the
You
Soviets?
should have had. You didn't have.
Yeah, if they want to go ahead and just sit and raise world tension, then I can too.
Oh my god, why?
No, every single time they join a war, world tension increases by 1. They've joined like 50 of communist China's
join the
wars.
Allies now.
Completely screwed my
I
whole
wanna go
game.
back.
Well, that does happen with multiplayer. I mean, you don't have to stick around, but try not to break the game for everyone else, because we're still trying to play it.
Right.
Please tag me. I want to join the Allies. Please.
Take me back. I'll go to democratic Germany. I don't care.
We'll go, please. We can fight the Soviets together.
Exactly. We could work together.
Well, if you
Do
want,
you want to actually go ask the Allies that? Bulgaria?
I don't know. No, we might as well give it a good go and try and beat France. You know.
True.
We might as well try.
okay.
We
Well,
got the Netherlands. He's still doing well.
Yeah. Oh god, we have to beat Poland as well.
okay. Well, if you're not happy with things, Unipixel, don't mess it up. Just leave the game, and we can let the AI control it. That's really the only fair thing to do. So.
No, I'll play.
Okay. I mean, you still got all that manpower back and stuff. You just might have to wait for a while. It's not like they're really. If they keep trying to invade you, you're gonna crush them. So, okay, I'm gonna begin again. So, good luck.
Bye.
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 Okay, we're gonna stream for another half hour or so. So we have a France player now lurking up here as Black Cat. So this could be a bit interesting if they decide to join the Allies. Of course, we're supposed to be staying in semi-historical, so France has to stay democratic. I mean, they don't necessarily have to ally with England. I mean, it's what happened historically. It'd be nice to follow it, but I guess we can just do whatever. It sounds like the war is turned against the Italians. Hopefully they'll manage to rebuild. If not, they can just wait and watch as Greece spends thousands of troops trying to invade Italy. Could be a bit interesting to watch. So, how will the dynamics of the game change now with a France player? It's going to be very interesting to see. Very interesting. And it sounds like the expansion of communist China and the Soviet Union has paused for the moment now that they dominate half of Asia. Austria might disappear pretty soon, so that's the beginning of Germany's rise to power. And let's see, what's the Netherlands up to right now? They're expanding oil refineries. The U.S. is getting, the UK is getting rid of Neville Chamberlain, probably a smart move. And the U.S. is going through the giant wakes. Okay, the U.S. is hitting its stride finally. Interesting times all around. We're also getting tensions are running high with people insulting each other. UK is red. Red is an aggressive color. Therefore, the UK is a bad country. Oh boy. Delightfully fun. Also, less than a year to go to a potential World War II. Also, we're hearing all about the filthy imperialists of the UK. Oh boy, them's fighting words. Yeah, I should probably get some infrastructure going, at least in my capital. Let's try to do that. It might go faster than trying to build all my other stuff. July, maybe. Requesting Guatemalan sovereignty. What determines the borders of a nation and how are they determined? Or who determines? There we go. Imminent invasion of Guatemala being plotted. That should be done June 3rd. This could be a bit interesting. It would net me 1 military factory and 1 civilian factory. Yay! Not really worth it, but we'll see how it goes. However, the world tension has fallen below, so right now all I'm going to be able to conquer is Guatemala. Yep, potentially World War II soon. We're gonna see how things go. It really depends on Germany and Italy, although they seem to be struggling a little bit, at least Italy. We'll see how it all works out. Anyway, time to reform my government. Finally. Maybe now I can actually get some production going. There we go. 10% less consumer good factories needed. Significantly improved construction. I am all for that. Plus now I can do privatization and get some more building slots. Oh, I can do a lot now. Let's do revolutionary women, pick up some. All positives in all directions. Although I probably... Trotsky would be a legitimate thing, but I don't think I really want to go communist, so we'll go defense. Netherlands is trying to declare neutrality. Is it going to succeed is the question. Yes, it is. The Netherlands are actually going to go slightly ahistorical here and be neutral. I guess they can pull it off because the trade power must have been balanced. Good for them. Neither of them have any advantage. Good luck, Netherlands. You're against the world. How do you like Bulgaria and me, the only non-aligned other countries in the game? Okay, less than a month to go before Mexico will start invading Central America. Fascinating decisions all around. Hopefully we can succeed. Maybe average, I don't know. I really should do work, but we'll see. As it is, I gotta win a war against Guatemala first, because this is going to be one of the Hearts of Iron's toughest wars ever. 3 divisions versus Mexico's 24? 21? Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to want to take over some of... Whoa, that was a sudden jump. I'm definitely going to want to take over some of this land just for resources, let alone anything else. The factories will help too. Apparently I will eventually, if I want, I can get an option to buy British Honduras, which is going to be really weird. Not that there's anything in British Honduras, apparently. Seems a little empty, oddly enough. I'm curious as to what the Netherlands' plan is when World War II starts, because they are the sitting ducks of the world if they're on their own. Italy does not yet have a national focus. They really do need one. The Soviets are plotting against fascists. Interesting. The Communist China is going to provoke Japan. Ooh, ambitious. Japan is now beating China, as kind of expected. Doesn't look like... there we go. China's starting to move towards army reform. Smart move on their part. Well, Javas, if I start the war, I might be able to trade with the Netherlands for some resources, but that's about it. Right now, I'm pretty good as Mexico. I need to get back control of my oil, though. There we go. Austria has been absorbed. Netherlands maintains trade neutrality. The Germans are on the rise, everybody. Watch out. They've got about a year to go. Italy really does need to pick a national focus soon, because they're losing days. But maybe they're trying to pass a reform. Bulgaria has joined the Axis. About time that occurs. Very strange, Bulgaria does not in fact have a unique focus tree, considering they did switch ideologies historically. Okay, time for me to go after Guatemala, I think. There we go. Conquer. Mexico has declared war on Guatemala. Mexico is now invading Guatemala. Okay, good to see. .1% change in world tension when I declared war on Guatemala. Actually, no. 0.9% world tension. Not even a percent in me invading Guatemala. Nice. Great to see. Great to see. Okay, Czechoslovakia is being demanded. France is going to support the status quo. Smart move on France's behalf. Try and get a little bit safer. Now, what's also going? Yugoslavia isn't doing anything. Hungary isn't doing anything. Poland's arming. And that's kind of where things stand at the moment. I am not worried about this war at all versus Guatemala, so probably not going to pay much attention to it. Although my attrition is killing me. Look at that. Oh, it's mountains. Yeah, that's why. Mountainous and jungle. Painful to invade. Why am I not chaining the war goals? Because I don't have enough political power to fabricate stuff against other countries yet. I'm working on it. Justify war goal. Okay, I can do it at least another country. Somehow we're on elite difficulty, so everybody's getting less political power. Hopefully I can fix that. If not, we may have to just restart next session so it's actually, you know, vaguely playable. We'll see. Also, hello Dark Marine 2311. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the stream. Wait a second. Mexico has an air force? What is this strangeness? Yes, Mexico in fact has an air force. Okay. I guess I will deploy them to the area. Just to make it a little bit easier to take over the region. Okay. I gotta remember to turn that off while I'm not at war. Okay. Guatemala is pretty much gonna fall here. Or not? No, there we go. Okay, Guatemala. Take all states and turn. Done. Mexico's conquest of Guatemala has in fact occurred. There we go. I'm going to split this in half because I have way too many troops in one army. Lord Foreign is the real threat. What an aggressor, this Mexico player taking over Guatemala. Not really trying that hard, people. Actually, I should add that. There we go. I suppose I should try and build a navy, shouldn't I? Revolutionary women. There we go. Now we've got some revolutionary stuff going on. Oh, nice. That gave me building slots. I think I'm going to take the increased ones. As good as a professional army is, I think getting more military factories is key for Mexico. The British Raj is giving Tibet one convoy a month. Oh boy. That's great. Well, nice to see you. Feel free to comment and talk about stuff. Support heavy invading Venezuela. I will when I get closer to invading Venezuela. I have a long way to go first. And a lot of political power I need to get first. British Raj, true hero. Yes, making sure Tibet has a navy since 1938. Okay, now that I got 12... Oh, Black Cat has left. Okay, so France is gone. Back to AIs. I'd go after Cuba next, if able. I don't have political power, unfortunately. The annexation of Tibet is occurring. Okay. Again with Communist China on the rise. Okay, I'll look at trying to do that. We gotta wait here while the Soviets and Chinese juggle who can control what. There we go. Communist China. Powerhouse, still growing away. Yeah, I have too much. I don't have enough political power. Besides, I want to kind of pick off Honduras here first. What is Cuba? Cuba, liberty ethos. Yeah, this is back when Cuba was a democracy. $175 days to fabricate claims against them. Whoa, what's this? Romania has defected to the Comintern. Interesting decision by Romania. Interesting move by Romania, interestingly. Well, I think the true threat is quickly becoming obvious. It's the rise of the Soviet Union and Communist China. We'll see how things go. On the other news, China is still holding off Japan. Communist China doesn't have much of a military yet, but definitely has population. No player war till 39? Who's attacking who then? I'm not clear who's attacking other people. A war technically hasn't started yet, as far as I can tell. What? Soviet units haven't joined against the Italians. They could, but they haven't. We will see if they go after them. Yeah, I'm going to move against Colombia. Belize is British Honduras at this point in time. I actually have the ability to buy it at some point. Mongolia and Tanatuva are attacking. Yeah, that's the problem, is because they've joined the Comintern, they're joining them instead. Besides, we only got half a year to go. We'll see. We may all have to gang up on the rising Soviet power. This is a very large Soviet Union. The question is, has the Soviet Union... Nah, they haven't rebuilt yet. They're definitely a rising threat, but I'm not feeling overwhelmingly in danger from them. Germany's going to get land here, probably. No further appeasement. Ooh! Will the UK allow Czechoslovakia to fall? Questions. The idea is it's a historical game, but they're players, so... Forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't Churchill in charge of the UK? Why did Chamberlain return from Czechoslovakia? Huh. Strange. Greece is rebuilding its military, taking a little while. War's against them, but they don't seem to be in too much trouble. Well, we might do this. We're probably going to do another game. I'm honestly starting to think that we may want to just start a new game next time when we're not all on elite difficulty, but I'm going to have to check out over even why that occurred. If not, we will continue this next time. Or we can just restart with new countries, or people can play the ones they still want them. But I'm having a lot of fun seeing the backstabbing, the betrayals, and the plotting of, you know, the communists versus everybody. Oh, we have Japan has declared war on the communist China. Will the Soviets honor their call to arms and defend them? Questions, questions, questions. Regardless, the world tension is up to 65. Things are becoming much more tense the world over. Will it lead to World War II at the beginning of next year, or will it be delayed slightly? I believe I've landed my planes. I do have a tiny navy. It's not much. Mexico's navy is... I think I've got 6 ships here with a capital ship, and that's it. Yeah. I don't have a particularly large navy. The planes were landed, so I'm at least not wasting oil. Well, it'd be cool next time we do this Dark Marine if you want to join in. Wait a second. What is this? How in the world does El Salvador have 23 regiments? Oh my gosh, that is... okay. I guess? Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of troops to take it then. Oops, wrong person. Helps if I highlight the right character when I'm creating war plans, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what else is going on in the world. US is doing the USAS project. UK, no further appeasement. France is joining Britain. The Dutch are switching to Wilhelmina as queen. First Vienna Ward going on there. Italy's modernizing their artillery. Soviets are strengthening themselves. Bulgarians are going for tanks. And the Soviets have not helped the communists, China? This is interesting. Maybe their troops aren't in position yet. Yeah, that's a lot for a minor nation. Wow. Sure, I can grab the Discord link, unless Average is around. Are you there, Average, by any chance? Do you happen to have a Discord link, or should I stick it out? I got it, Average. There's the Discord link. By all means, feel free to jump in there. I can't fabricate claims on Cuba yet, but I will check it out. The 4th International has just fired. Something happened with Italy. I can't look at the moment. Cuba has 5 troops. Cuba has less troops than El Salvador. Okay, I need 100 and something political power though. Italy is dying to Greece. Is this intentional, Italy, or what? I'm gonna go see what the Axis are saying. One moment, let me just set up something going on somewhere in my lands. There's something I can do. Oil field expansion. Let's go talk to the Axis. Where are you? Hello.
Yeah, no, Lord Foreman, don't look, please.
Don't look at Italy, please. Don't look there.
What is happening to Italy?
Look, don't worry about it. We took Athens. We took Athens. That's progress. That's progress.
You're just creating each other's capitals. It's fine. Everything is fine. There are no problems.
They're in game behind as well.
No, I sent this division's so handicapped. Fucking go.
Oh no.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're surviving.
We are just barely. I think
think this game is over, to be honest. But we're gonna try.
Okay.
No. Italy's back.
We can recover.
I deployed another 11 divisions.
Plane count.
Oh my god. Go.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're handling it. I'll let you deal with it in your own way.
We might declare on the Soviets.
Where are you going? Oh my goodness.
This definitely has an historically accurate game.
The Byzantines are striking back. Okay, I'm wandering out for the moment. Good luck. Okay, well, that's going on over there. Let's go hear what the Allies have to say about all this. So, hello.
Hi.
So, what do you think of what's going on in Italy? Any comments for the world newspaper? Any threats or sarcastic remarks to cause new enemies?
Looks like Italy is gonna be handled.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna have to invade Sicily.
The Italians are not going to need a US or UK invasion. Okay, that's good news. Anything else to report?
Never mind, they're winning. Okay, and they took Athens. I think they're gonna fix themselves.
Yeah, I think they got their act together now.
Either that or the Germans have shown up. I'm not sure yet. Okay,
Have they? Okay.
I'm going to wander off, see what the Comintern has to say about this all.
Oh yeah, China's at war with Japan. So
Yeah, I got to figure out why the Soviets aren't coming to their aid yet. Okay. Bye.
see you
Later.
So, my communist world friends, how are things going?
Hello, comrades.
Friendly.
Friendly? You do know I have Trotsky living in my country, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we really
you
want-
can send him to us. We're going to take great care of him.
Nice. He's going to get a nice palatial estate in Siberia.
Of course.
No.
So,
Yeah.
so any, first off, any comment about what's going on in Italy and Greece?
Well, if someone is going to form the Roman Empire, I think it's going to be Greece.
Yeah.
I actually have no comment to make.
No comment to make. Okay.
No.
So, how about what's going on in China then? I see the Soviets have not come to the aid of the communists there.
That's true.
Is there any
Yeah.
future plans to defend them, or is communist China proving its independence from the Soviets?
Well, yeah, that, and also, like, I thought about it, and if the Soviets join the war, then we will be stuck in a war with Japan for the rest of the game, because we cannot navally invade them. So, what my plan is to just take out Japan in mainland Asia, and then get the peace treaty, and just get it over with. Like, that's my plan.
Okay, so does that plan involve Soviet aid, or is that solely going to be done by communist China?
Well, if I can, like, hold my ground, which I doubt, actually, then, then, like, it will stay this way, but as how things are looking right now, we may have to get into a full-blown war with Japan.
Well, your
Well-
people's war modifier should hurt them with your partisans, but...
That's true, but I hope they won't conquer anything at all. But
Hmm.
that would be the best, of course.
At least he's doing better than Italy.
Oh, the digs versus Italy. Italy's still taking some of Greece, but they're being driven back.
Yeah, they may take out Greece, like they may like change history
Change.
while things are going.
Oh, okay. Well, glad to hear that things are going well for communist China for the moment.
They are going all right. Okay, Max.
Yeah.
Can you join?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The puppet communist begging for the Chinese help. Delightful. Okay.
Oh,
Asking.
whoa.
Just asking.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
Well, good
Everything
luck.
is going okay.
Good luck.
Yeah,
I gotta go deal with my potential upcoming war. Plus, I think we may see the beginning of World War II soon. So this
Yeah,
could
I
be
think
fun.
so as well.
Well, I think we all know who will win.
Yep. Well, we'll see. Bye for now.
Big love, man.
Bye.
Okay. The Mexican report over what's going on in the world is now complete. So, what's going on there? It looks like the communists are mocking the Italian survival tactics, whereas the US and UK are calmly sitting back and watching, and the Soviets have now come to their aid of their semi-independent puppets in China. We'll see how that goes. So, land war in Asia going. Poor Japan is now fighting a good portion of the world's military, to be honest. And Mexico's rise to power is going pretty well. What's going on over here in the Dutch world? Since they can't talk to us, we'll figure this out. They are going for, it looks like, the only man in the Dutch government eventually. Right now it's, they're fortifying their borders against potential aggression from the Germans. Interesting decisions. And the first Vienna thing should be done. So, I'm going to... Let's see, what do I want to do here? Northern steel plants, yes. Let's get some more production going. Mr. Mustache Man is like, bro, why are you so incompetent, Mr. Spaghetti Man? Ooh. You're lucky you're not in this game or you'd be getting invaded. No, you should not need all the DLC to join in because I have them all. You should be able to just jump right in. But we're going to be stopping pretty soon. I mean, unless people really want to keep going for too much longer. Usually I only do 3-hour streams, but I could do more if people want it. Let me ask what people think of this all. Just want to figure out if people have to rush off. If they do, we'll probably stop here. But at this rate, I'll definitely do one. Probably not next weekend, but I could maybe do next. It might be 2 weeks before I can rehost this specific time. But I'll definitely do that if people are interested. Let's see what people think, though. People are in one. We've got one vote for staying in the game. Yeah, you could join in on a later date. It'll probably be a week or two, or probably 2 weeks. I'm away next weekend again. Boy, I'm traveling a lot lately. It'd be nice to get to 39, so next time we can start World War II. But to be fair, World War II has kind of already started in Asia. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm going to jump into the different Discords and ask how people are doing. I'll be right back, everyone else. So, Vladivostok has fallen to the Japanese. Interesting. Okay. Hello, my fascist friends.
Oh my god. Hello.
The Soviets are getting taken out.
Yes.
I'm winning.
Oh, nice.
It's not
Yes!
the feeling.
Yes!
Greece has fallen.
We finally did it after 2 years of trying. We
3
finally
tries. We did
Oh
it.
boy.
We've won the war.
Oh.
Italy, I want to congratulate you with your massive victory over
did it. We
Greece.
finally did it.
Thank you.
We've
Oh my
done it.
god.
We're so
Well
proud
done.
of this major victory. This is a historic moment.
Well done. Okay, so I'm wandering in to ask, do we want to keep going for a while longer, or do we want to stop here? Because we were about at the 3-hour mark.
I can continue for a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I can continue.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, we'll probably die by the next 3-hour mark.
Axis, I've come from the common turn to congratulate you. Oh my god, we are so
You already
proud.
do that.
We're very proud as well. We finally did it. Finally did something.
We've basically won the war.
Exactly.
Yeah,
France
okay,
stands
we are
no
actually
chance.
giving up. You can like annex us. It's all over. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We've earned it. We've killed Greece. This is a historic day for Italy.
Okay, well, I think we'll keep going for a little bit. I'm going to go ask the allies in the common turn what they think first.
Okay.
But well done, Italy. Well done, Italy.
I'm very
Thank
proud
you.
of myself.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Civilian factories right now.
Hello, allies.
So really, I'm making a bunch of civilian factories. So when 1939 hits and I'm making military factories. Snap right away. Just make it.
Plus, you can always convert them later too. So I'm just wondering in here to see, do you guys want to keep going for a while longer, or do you guys need to stop?
I can keep going. I don't know.
I can keep going, but a 20-minute like break would be nice, so I can get up and do something.
I mean, if we do that, I would just kind of feel like I want to just go play.
Okay.
One of me amigos.
Well, we have the Axis is in favor of continuing right now, so.
Yeah, I'm in favor of continuing.
Well, we
Okay.
can continue. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go wander over to talk to the Comintern, but for now we'll at least go another hour. Sounds good?
Alright.
At most.
Zie ik nu ook.
Hello,
Okay.
communists. Communists.
Oh.
Hello.
You can call us friends.
Friends. So, how goes it?
Well,
Well,
I think you can see how it's going.
It looks like your supply limit problems are starting to kick in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, and
That-
a lot of my troops are coming to Asia now.
That and the
Soviets.
buffed Japan is causing trouble.
What is happening to Japan?
Japan is buffed. Japan has been
So
buffed.
Is this like a preview to what's gonna happen with us in France later?
France, world conqueror. Maybe.
It's gonna be a 1v1 versus between France and Japan for domination of the world.
Yeah.
No, Italy and France. Italy is just like way up. They're
Italy is
just
the power.
the
No,
best.
Italy's gonna like colonize the moon. They're gonna fight them from there. Italy's playing like 6-dimensional chess over here.
You have to kick Italy if you want to assure your dominance, because otherwise
Boys,
Italy is just gonna kill everyone. We have to
eh,
lose.
whoever's wait, USSR, are you really losing to Japan right now? Come on.
They're buffed a lot.
I was saying the same.
Oh, we have two invaders from the Axis to mock you, huh?
No, they're one American.
One American, one Axis.
Yeah.
We thought we were your friends. Are you kidding me?
No, I
What do
will
you
try and
mean?
help you. We will try to help you once I can, but right now you better at least hold, okay? Because right now this is sad.
Yeah,
But
we'll
it's
hold it.
like,
We'll hold it in
Wait.
Moscow.
oh God.
USA, how do you have 200 civs? Is what I'm asking.
They start out with a lot, by the way. So they've
I
just
know,
been
but they got,
building
like,
it.
the depression and all that stuff.
Oh,
We
they've.
got rid of the depression in 1937.
Oof, wow. Well, anyway, I was wondering to ask you, communists, do you guys want to go for a while longer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for us it's fine.
Okay. Well, good luck.
I mean, if you are still enjoying it.
I'm still enjoying this. I'm enjoying hearing all the mocking and backstabbing and everything else.
It is
How's
quite
Mexico?
fun,
Yeah.
but
It's just love in Russia.
It's love in Russia. Peace through
Yeah.
love and brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it.
Well,
I love
I'm
this
gonna
game,
wander
it's too
off.
much anime.
I'm gonna wander off unless there's any other news to report.
Yeah,
Well,
back to the Axis chat.
I am waiting on Trotsky.
To be
I want to
returned.
send him- yeah. I want to send him upstate in the Soviet Union.
I see. Well, currently he's got a potential to serve in my government, so I might not let him go just yet.
Wait
Well-
a second.
We need to take him if you don't give him to us.
At some point, he might be assassinated.
Max, okay, you have to listen. Mexico, we can't take him. So just keep your mouth shut, okay? We cannot stand the might of Lord Forland. We cannot do that. So please.
He is too good.
Okay, well, I will wander off. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank
Hopefully you can survive the Japanese tide. They don't have a chat is telling us, Dark Marine is reminding us that Japan does not have the highest manpower, so you probably will be able to survive versus them.
That's true. And nationalist China is actually pushing right now.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, well, good luck. I gotta go conquer a 20 development 2 province nation, apparently. Or 20 army San Salvador, so I'm gonna be a bit occupied. Good luck.
you. Yeah, good
Good
luck.
luck.
Okay, well, there's the Mexican report from around the world. This is, of course, in support of our goals for the conquest of El Salvador. So the communists have pretty good confidence that they're going to be able to survive. The Axis are triumphing their conquest of Greece after a struggle by Italy. But well done, Italy. And it looks like the fate of Czechoslovakia is going to be decided. France has joined the Allies, so the sides are shaping up. For anyone who's curious, this is what the world looks like right now in terms of alliances. We have a very strong axis in Europe. Allies pretty much have Africa and South Asia, and the Comintern has all of North Asia and Eastern Greater pretty much. And then Greater East Asian Prosperity Spear is holding out in Japan, and there's a couple scatterings of the Allies in the New World, but that's it. So I am actually struggling here versus El Salvador, so let's see what I can do to help that. Apparently, they are tough to kill. I'm not doing well here. What is their troops that they're able to hold out? Huh. They're overly stacked on their divisions, and we're attacking from multiple directions. It might just be a matter of time, because we are attacking at night right now. Well, I have full confidence that Mexico can eventually win that war. So I'm not going to get involved. And unfortunately, yeah, Salvador versus Cuba, because I don't have enough power to fabricate on Cuba right now. Actually, I do now. Or no, do I? I do now. Okay, I will do that. I'll go after them and work my way around. We have not yet heard from the Dutch on how things are going. I think I will wander over to see what the Dutch are up to. I suspect it's becoming very nationalist and monarchist. They are expanding the Zuiderzee works. Interesting decision. Interesting decision indeed. The Germans have taken over Czechoslovakia and are moving on to Lithuania. The Italians are prospecting for oil. The UK is going for full rearmament. The US is building air support. And thus the war continues down here. We are not doing very well on my side. How in the world am I losing this so badly? I suppose they are entrenched, which doesn't help. Yeah. When I can core that one. Bait them into my land away from mountains. Good idea, actually. I will try that. Let's fall back. Can't fall back from there. Okay, let's try this. Let's do that. See if we can get them away from their entrenched positions. Yeah, we'll fall back a bit. We'll give this a shot. I don't know if this will succeed, but good idea. Because that is a pretty well-defended capital city. I will give them that. Will they fall for the bait? Who knows? Suffice to say, large casualties on both sides at the moment. Organization is too low to advance. Interesting. I do not have radar yet. Let them get 2 provinces. I want to see if they'll go for 1 first. Although apparently I'm just generally just losing a battle versus these guys. Oh, stacking penalty. Oh, that's them. Okay. Interesting decision, I guess. I will try falling back a little bit further, I guess. I don't want to give up the mountains province, though. But I also want them to waste all their time attacking me too, so... Unfortunately, because we're in the jungle, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to automatically be always less and other stuff. Yeah. I don't really know how much further I can fall back. My planes are working on them, but that's about it. Our planes should be working on them. Enemy troops are getting bombed. They just don't have a lot of bombers. Okay, they pushed forward a little bit. Now they're backing again. It just might be one of those ones where it's just going to take forever to grind them out, since I don't have tanks. You know what I should do is I should swap in some artillery. Now, of course, I need immense amounts. Oh, actually, I don't need that much artillery. Nice. Well, I've got I had my infantry template fully reformed. 20. I had 20 infantry there. So now I've swapped to 19 just so I can get some artillery in there. Yeah, they're not falling for it, everybody, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to grind out their capital. That sucks. Okay, well, launch the offensive. We have no choice. We have to keep attacking, I guess. Be nice if I didn't have to keep attacking, but don't have much choice in the matter, apparently. I mean, I suppose I could also try to declare war on Honduras around the same time, and these guys only have 3 divisions. Sweep all of them in all the directions. Can I move my planes any closer? No. I can't deploy all my planes to that region. Oh, actually I can. I can deploy them to there. Okay, we might have an opportunity here. Now that I can actually use all my planes. There we go. Enemy air superiority. Okay, nice. We're winning that battle, but we're losing that one, as expected. I have no navy along the Pacific, but can I get through the Panama Canal? Navy just don't do anything on naval combat, though, do they? I don't think they do anything having them around. I know too little about the region. It's out of naval range. I can't get my fleet around the coast. We're just gonna have to endlessly keep attacking them there until they fall. We're gonna lose tons of troops, but we don't have a choice. Eventually, they'll just have to run out of supplies. I mean, we're slowly bleeding their strength and organization, but it's going to take a long time. We don't have naval. We can't put the navy in there, so them joining the Coke Prosperity Spear. If they do, well, then I'm gonna have to probably run over and join the communists, because that's about the only decision left at that point. Or join the Allies. I suppose I could try that. When is this done? Oh my gosh, almost a whole year to fabricate claims on this one province. Sheesh. Well, we're just going to keep attacking them until eventually we succeed. It's going to take a long time. Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons I don't like Hearts of Iron as much as the other games, because sometimes all you can do is just throw troops at a problem until they eventually run out of manpower. Or the enemies do. I mean, technically we're losing more troops than them, but they have a lot smaller manpower pool than we do. They've only got 7,000 more troops to kill. So we'll just let that go and keep going. I can't really relocate these guys anywhere. It's not letting me move here. Oh, it is. Oh, I'm going to have to go all the way around South America, though. Oh, well, that's going to take a while. So, while that's going on, let's see what else is going on. Maybe I should put them on all-out assault so that way they don't waste time letting them regroup. General rearmament's going on. What are the Soviets up to? Have the Soviets fixed their army? I think they have, almost. Just some degree. Still lacking organization. Communist China is holding. China itself is doing fairly well. Might be worth trying to get some support from them for the communists. I could get more radar. I don't think I know what radar is even yet, and I don't have a big enough economy to produce planes yet, really. Yeah, I don't even know what radar is. I could create another division of planes, and that's about it. I've got 80. Oh, I do have 80 CAS. Okay, I'll definitely use the 80 CAS. That should make quite a difference. Okay. As time goes on, the losses are slowly mounting. Let's speed it up again. Let's see, any comments? The Japanese are weaponizing anime girls. They're on the front line. Speed 4. Yep, we're going for speed 4. We actually have another division to throw into the fight, finally. Oh, time we trained another troop. I'll throw in a couple other ones. Might as well have them be trained while we wait. Yeah, I don't know what radar is yet. I have to research it. And that's a long ways away. Tech-wise, I can't research anything because if for some reason we're on elite difficulty. Oh well. I think we'll probably restart next time, just if only to get rid of the elite difficulty penalty, because it's big. It's rather painful. No major changes all around. This is weird. The Romanians are now trying to appoint a pro-Allied government. Maybe they jump around a lot. We'll see. Looks like Japan's advance has been semi-stalled by the presence of the Soviet troops. See, how is this going? Soviet side has lost 2 million. That, of course, 1.6 million of that is China. So 214,000 versus 200,000. Eventually, it should go in favor of the Soviets and Chinese. This war, of course, that I'm in, 7,000 to 21,000. We can eat 21,000 for the next 2-3 years and we'll be fine, so I'm not worried. How do I do a naval bombardment? I'll try bombarding. I don't think it'll make much difference. They are getting a shore bombardment on them, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. We'll just keep throwing troops into it till we win. More production, I guess. We've almost got 15 production going, so that's good. Maybe then we can actually start making non-military factories, non-civilian factories. There we go. All military factories from here on in. Still nothing I can do here. The ship bombardment is essentially doing nothing. Oh well. Well, we're slowly wearing them down, and that's what really matters. Wish we could get some of these traits going though, but it's going to take a long time. Average organization's down to 54, strength 75. So we're doing well. Victory is headed our direction. I've got the naval bombardment going. There's nothing else I can do. I don't have any more ships. I can swap one around. It's still going to take 2 years to train a single ship. My stability is absolutely trash. My war support is trash too, so there's not much I can do there. I can try and get a military commander in the field after this. Infantry is what I want, but I need a 60 more political power, which is going to take 5-6 years at this rate. They have 3 troops in Cuba. I've split the army. No, I'm not going to stop now because we're winning. It's just going to take a long time to finally kick them out. Yeah, we're bleeding them. Yeah, their organization's falling reasonably fast, so we can keep up the assault endlessly. We have enough troops. I mean, we've only lost 30,000 to their 7,000, so things are going well. Not about to change a winning strategy if I can help it. I don't know if stopping's going to help much because the planning bonus is rather terrible for this region. Besides, they're just going to rebuild. That's the danger. Oh, we're winning the battle there. Interesting. 1 day of pausing was enough? That's strange. Oh, now we're losing. Typical. I'm just going to keep up the assault now. There's no point in changing. So we'll let that run by. We'll lose more troops, but yeah, 90,000 troops isn't much. We can afford that. After all, we're only a volunteer army, so... Let's see what's going on in Europe. Danziger Wars, that could be beginning of World War II. Military reorganization from the Soviets, probably a good move. What is Italy up to? We don't know. How goes the war in Asia? It looks like it's kind of stalled out, honestly. People's Liberation Army. Oh, that should strengthen the communists quite a bit. Oh yeah, that should give them their regaining and reinforce rate. I only started out with like 100,000 troops, so... stopping part of the army? Maybe. I mean, they're already stopping and planning on their own. I don't have to do that. Game is pretty good about their planning bonuses kicking in. See, they're building up and they're rotating in. They're down to 34,000, so that's good. Where did my navy wander off to? Oh, it's still here, but it's the entire East Coast. Oh, that's stupid. Low shore bombardment. Yeah, we don't have any heavy ships, so we can't bombard really much at all. Oh, well, at least we're getting support training on our generals. This is about the right type of training you want anyhow. Unfortunately, we're slow right here. I'm sick and tired of getting all these notifications from the church power, though. Much better. Plus we're going to get some more civilian factories and then some more military ones. So we should be good on that front. We actually get a lot of little production bonuses that are not entirely obvious, are they? kind of tucked away. It's add 1 building slot. Doesn't sound like much until you realize it adds no factories as well. 23 organization. We're mostly done. SOSAR, we've lost 37, they've lost 16,000. Okay, so we're doing much better than I expected in terms of kills. Oh yeah, they're going to start falling soon. Their strength is fine, but their morale is completely shot. Be nice if we weren't attacking into a mountain range, but... oh, we'll keep it up. Well, once it falls, I'm probably actually going to go after Honduras, because I actually have claims on them, which should be done by the time we take it, a couple more months. I am fabricating on Cuba, but it's going to take some time. I don't know if Cuba has a navy. I got to imagine they probably do. No, they don't. Let's go check up on the communists. Struggling a bit, I see. Although Japan is wasting a lot of their troops on China, who has actually fully reformed their military. Well done, China. Danziger War is almost done, then we should see the beginning of World War II. Interestingly, and now there is a guarantee on Poland by France, so this should be the start of World War II then, assuming Germany attacks and Poland does not yield. Should be quite exciting. Oh yeah, it'll live in the Honduran memory here. It's not going to last much longer though. At some point, superior troops and organization will win out. Yeah, 11 days. That's actually faster than I thought it would be. Thinking I should probably swap from my volunteer army towards conscription at some point though. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. War seems inevitable. Uh-oh. Netherlands continues the Zuiderzee works. Well done, Netherlands. What are you going after now? Probably the development internally. Germany has declared war on Poland. Oh no, oh no, oh no. France has rallied to their aid. Is the UK going to respond? The UK has responded. We have a resync here. Oops. Silvanzo has DC'd a bit. We'll do a... oh, a Davos is resynced. What's going on here? How many troops am I seeing now in Italy? I don't know. We have a resync, but that's about it. Unfortunately, until I resync, I can't see anything else. World War II is officially kicking off. This is going to be exciting. World Surrender 2. Okay, I'm going to go wander and see what people are thinking. Hello, Axis. Hello, Axis.
Hello.
Hi.
So are we seeing the beginning of World War II? I'm hearing that it might be World Surrender 2?
Yeah.
Is that a sign that you're not sure you'll survive, or a sign that you're going to absolutely annihilate Poland?
That'll be for you to decide. I don't actually have any
full
tanks,
confidence.
so
Full confidence in the
think of
Russian
that
flag.
what you will.
Okay, well,
I've made Italy into a complete fortress. I've done pretty well with my army considering I deleted it halfway through.
yeah, that does slow one down a bit. Okay, we're kicking off, so good luck.
I'm busy building up
You
bunkers.
too.
Good luck. I'm gonna go see what the allies are saying. So, defenders of democracy.
Oh my god.
Oh no, another I'm just gonna continue there. Resync.
Sad.
So, defenders of democracy, what are you thinking about this war? Hello?
So far,
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Italy doesn't have any troops in Africa, and they don't have any troops defending Greece. It doesn't seem too good for the Axis.
Whoops! We lost somebody.
Oh no! Did England leave?
Yeah, England just DC'd or left. Yeah, I guess AI controlled.
Sad. Sad.
Well, that sucks if we lost England.
Oh no.
How do I feel about playing old world blues in the future? You mean like playing in Europe? Yeah, a lot of game calculations are changing. They've been AI'd, so.
That sucks.
Okay. Well, AI is usually pretty good about invading places. Somewhat.
AI England is never terrible. Like they're good.
Well, maybe they'll come back. We'll see. Anyhow, I'm gonna wander off. Good luck.
Common turn, boy.
Communist US. Probably not yet.
Okay. That's it.
I mean, if you really, and he joins the common turn. Interesting. Oh, we're having just people are no longer in sync. That's not a good sign. I'm just gonna quick do a save. That way we can, of course, come back to this if people want it. Oh, we've lost Silvanzio. This isn't good. Just as the war starts, we're losing everybody. UK just canceled the non-aggression pact with me. Of course they did. How is San Salvador rebuilding? This is amazing. Yugoslavia is just pretty much collapsed. I thought the game was it seemed to have been much more stable than Europa, so there's at least that much. Maybe I'm just crazy thinking it was more stable. Got a response from the UK player. They okay, so we got a restart coming in from Communist China. UK had to leave because they lost power. So that's why they're not here. Hopefully they will be back. Yeah, this war is not... Oh, El Salvador joined the German Reich. Awkward. Join. Well, maybe they will or will not join. We'll see. Be better if I raided convoys? I can swap that around. I don't know if it'll make much difference though. We're gonna lose the naval bombardment though. That's the downside. Croatia's joined. Oh, great. Yeah, without the naval one, we don't have the naval bombardment, which we desperately need. Invite to faction from the UK. Sure, I guess. I'm getting called to arms in the war versus them. No, I'm not going to join out any wars right now. Staying out of the mess. It's doing something, it's just not enough. I mean, to be fair, I am suffering, what, like a 15% penalty to all attack and defense because of, somehow we're on hard mode, which is why everyone's struggling. So... I'm not going to join the war, I'm going to join the faction, though. There's no reason not to join the Allies. I can always leave if I don't want to be with them. Right? I think I can cancel and leave factions anytime. I might just leave, actually. Oh, not allowed when fighting a war together. Great. Well, I just probably messed up myself, so there's that. Oh wait, they're sending Lend Leases. I guess we'll do another hut join, but I think we're starting to get close to the end anyhow. The game is unstable. I've just messed myself up. The I lost the stream for a second. My streaming device crashed unexpectedly. Anyhow, I'm back. Okay. Anyhow, I'm back. Everybody else is back. We just need Silvanzio to ready up and then we can continue. There was a weird crash in my streaming stuff, so hopefully it won't happen again. And we got a desync. Great. I think we've hit the end of stability, unfortunately. I don't know, average, probably another 30 or so. Probably another month or so. At minimum. Okay, we just lost people. I think we're probably going to get close to stopping here. People are leaving and desyncing now, so we're not stable. Huh. Okay, well, I guess they've left. We're losing people left and right, so yeah, we've lost most of our human players at this point, so yeah, it's literally just me now and the allies. I'm gonna go talk to the Axis, what's left of them. Hello, people.
Hello.
So we're having a lot of problems with people.
Yeah.
People are desyncing and stuff. Do you think this is a good? Do you want to stop here and next time we can either restart or continue?
When is next time, by the way?
Probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, unless we want to try and do it sooner. But this time it would be 2 weeks. I'm away next weekend.
Hello.
I want to capitulate Yugoslavia
Soviets.
first.
What was that? Does 2 weeks work for people, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine.
Okay.
By
Unfortunately,
the way,
I
the moment ruined.
can't do it much sooner. Maybe they'll patch some of the minor issues we're finding.
Yeah, take their capital, Bulgaria.
What?
Take their you're right next to their capital.
I'm not looking. I'm not paying attention.
Oh, wow. Well done.
Why are you
Oh.
encircled? Oh,
I didn't even expect to push through. It means they're gonna take my capital for God's sake. No! I've been encircled.
Okay, well, let's. I think we'll at least go till Poland falls. Sound fair?
yeah, it sounds
No, we're gonna win. Okay, it's a couple of months.
If Poland falls.
How did you get encircled?
Well, my division moved and Oliver told me to get to the capital. My fucking thing was open.
It's Yugoslavia. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of Brits there. Never mind. I didn't realize that.
I actually don't.
Speaking of which, why are there Brits there? Come on, give us
I
a
don't even
break.
have a division on my capital.
Right. I'm just gonna delete this encircled division because it's about to die. There's no equipment.
You gotta help mine though.
I'm moving in.
Yeah, we did.
I wanted both of you to just switch whatever you're doing and create only synthetics, because I am minus 50 rubber.
I have.
Warsaw fell.
I literally have no room to build anything in my country.
I've been making synthetics from October of 1937 and I've successfully made 2 so far.
Yeah, it takes a while. They're really expensive to build. That's why.
They retook Belgrade.
I think that I've made more of an. I've only made them for like the past year.
Some of that depends on infrastructure, but Poland's gonna fall next month, so.
No, Netherlands. I would buy rubber, but all my convoys are getting sunk when I do that. That's what I was doing.
I've rebuilt the Italian Navy from the ground up, from a astonishing 13 ships to 33, most of which are
Whoa.
submarines.
Nice.
I need help defending my capital.
And I've built my army up from 0 divisions
Silvano,
to
kom even terug.
77.
Ja, is goed.
I need help.
Okay. Well, it looks like once Poland falls, we'll probably bring it to an
Who's
end.
justifying me? Soviet Union is justifying against the German Reich.
I'm gonna justify against them.
No,
Okay.
no, this is not a time to know you though.
I'm doing it.
Actually, we're already 100% world tension. That's fine.
I'm justifying on them as well.
Okay. Well, we'll probably stop once Poland falls.
This is gonna go horribly.
Well, sounds like everything's going into a complete mess. So, I think Poland's falling would be a good stopping point. I think next time I want to make sure that we're not all in elite difficulty. That way we can actually beat AIs. So I think that will be fair. Yep, El Salvador gets to live to another day, apparently. They've lost a lot of their divisions. But we're not doing so hot. That's a pretty impossible war to win. But Mexico is not dumb enough to get involved in World War II. Let's put it that way. So once Poland falls, we'll stop. Next time we'll probably continue. We'll see who's done the best so far. Probably the Soviets or Communist China. So I'll use that to determine what countries they want next time. At least that's the idea. Yeah, full speed. We'll go for 5. Just get it over with. Poland's actually holding out better than expected, at least from my mind. No support from anyone else. That's literally just Poland. Croatia is barely alive. Okay, well, people are going to capitulate soon, and then we will stop. So, next time, probably we will start again. Better stuff, same rough rules. Let's hear what everyone has to say.
We did it. It's GG. We won the game.
You won. Okay.
If you're here to give your, we'll be happy to accept it.
I'm not here to capitulate. The Mexican army is very strong. We're in a continuous war with El Salvador.
El
So
Salvador's our access for.
yeah, I noticed they joined.
If anyone is watching this stream and wants to hire me for their professional Hearts of Iron team, I'm accepting. I'm accepting invitations.
Says
I would
Italy.
love to join, but I think I'm not worthy.
Okay. Well,
you know,
Soviets, those are some
we
very
did great.
angry-looking men you have on our border.
the Soviets had a
no.
marvelous game. I think to give the Soviets full credit.
We're going on
the
vacation
Soviets
to
lose.
Germany.
Italy won.
It's not open
I
for
win.
vacations,
I
actually.
have
No.
a bunker. I'll wait until the end.
Italy won this game. It was an honor to play with you, Italy.
That's true.
Thank you.
Italy's won the game. It's over.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna stop here, and we will.
Join you.
Everyone's declaring on
my
everybody.
guys aren't on the border yet. Why did you start now?
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop this here, and we'll figure out who, by the game rankings, officially won, and I'll start taking.
It was us. We've won.
I'll start taking reservations for the next game in like 2 weeks or so. So if you guys want to
Bulgaria again.
toss that in there, I'll start
Actually, I don't want to play.
letting you reserve stuff.
Next time I'm gonna play
Italy,
either Germany or France.
Italy, you have to play Luxembourg. Luxembourg is the only one.
Okay, I'll play Luxembourg.
No, you gotta be
All
Italy
the
again.
access-
You embody in yourself the spirit of Italy. You need to harness that.
Okay, well, that's it for now. So I'm exiting. According to this, the country with the highest score was the United States,
No.
followed by the UK, followed by.
But see, but does the United States own Poland?
Actually, let's do it by faction. I'll do it.
Greece. They didn't take Greece either.
I'll do it
I know,
by.
the only thing that matters is Greece and Poland. Mostly
They lost
Greece.
50,000 brave Italians to Greece.
With only 3 naval invasion, I was finally able
The
to
loss of the
capitulate
entirety of
Greece.
the Italian navy and we
Okay,
won.
well,
Brought it back.
the next. So it's U.S., UK, Germany, Japan, Soviets, France, Italy, Poland, and Mexico was sneaking in rather low, just slightly. I don't know even know where who'd counts in there. Bulgaria. So.
No,
I'm not even
Bulgaria's
on this.
number one. It's just not on the board.
Okay, well, if you guys want to reserve your nations for next time, just toss that up in the Hearts of Iron channel, and I'll take it into account. So,
Okay.
Well, I think that'd be Germany again. I mean,
okay,
So, you know what? I'll go
I'll
Romania.
go France. I'll go France.
I'll go Romania.
okay. Well, just tell me in the Hearts of Iron thing, and I'll update the list.
Okay.
So, nice playing with you guys.
you
Yo.
too.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yep.
for that.
It was
I'm just gonna stop the stream. I'll still be in chat. So, anyway, to everyone watching the stream, bye for now.